Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Shantae. I'm your host Shadow HB3 and I'm ready to entertain. In the last episode, we ran a couple of errands, made our way to Oasis Town, talked to our friend Sky, figured out where we needed to go to next, which is here at this Golem Mine labyrinth. And in this episode, we're going to actually go inside Golem Mine and retrieve the Golem Stone so that Risky Boots doesn't get it. So we'll go ahead and slowly make our way inside here and get started. Now, before I go too deep into explanations for how this labyrinth works, I just want to let you all know this is going to be post-commentary. Fun fact, if you rush through things rather than take your time, you're bound to make mistakes. Although it should be pretty obvious, but no, I made a mistake in terms of saving over commentary that I shouldn't have, and so now forced to have to do this post-commentary. So I'll do the best I can here, so we'll just make the most of it, if you will. So of course, just like with the dribble fountain, there are unique enemies here in this level, starting off with these rock crabs, for instance. Those are a set of, I'll call them stalagmijigs. It's a bunch of stalactites and stalagmites that'll block your way. We won't be able to deal with them right away. We will have a means to later on, though, but for now, if you come down to this level, this portion of the labyrinth, this is where essentially you could say all the real action kind of takes place. This is kind of the central area. So you take this elevator to get, up and down to where you need to go. There'll be rooms on the left and right sides that we will go through each and every one of them as well as we can pass on through. Now for Shantae and for the uniqueness of this labyrinth, you have to manipulate your polarity, either being red or blue, and therefore by doing that you can actually impact the actions of a lot of the enemies here. So you see we're blue right now. Those plugmen, if you're the same color as them, there's red and blue. If you're the same color as them, depending on where you are if you're below them, they will either attack you or they will basically not be doing anything, even though they'll be attracted to your electricity. So it's really important that you make sure you have the right polarity for each of these rooms that we're going to go to, because that will also be a factor in how we will be able to get the keys. So you see we go to this room, we will be red, and then there's this little miniature stone golem that moves back and forth. It can't harm you at all, but you just want to make sure you get it in a place where you'll be able to attack it, and then once you do, it'll drop a key, and then you'll be able to proceed from there. There are a total of 5 keys inside this labyrinth, and getting them can be a bit of a chore, like I said, if you don't have the correct polarity necessary to be able to get them. Now, going back up here, if you walk to where those circle windows are, walk to the right, you'll be able to find a baby warp squid easily there. We'll be able to at least get 4 of them in this episode, and then we'll of course obviously have to come back for the 5th one later. But for now, we'll just go up 1 level, go to the right, and then we'll be in our next room. And thankfully the plugmen up here are blue, so they can't hurt us. If we tried to go through us if we're blue, then we'd be getting hit all over the place. But there will be a way we'll be able to take them out on our way back, because we will need to be blue. But for now, the next area we'll need to go to, it involves this rock golem. And you can take them out, although they're a bit of a pain to deal with. We will have to take one of them out eventually for a certain purpose, but we'll just proceed for right now. And then with the doors here, the way how they function is, depending on what color you are, in this case, since we're red, all the red doors will open, but the blue ones will close off. And so there will be times, of course, where you'll have to change colors just so you'll be able to make your way through that part. And what I do here, these rock crabs, you don't really need to take them out, obviously, but I tend to what I do here is I'll take at least one of the 2 out, so at least I'll have a means to get through back this way faster. Now here for this section we'll need to of course be red. So and at that point I made a mistake in doing the wrong dance here, so I ended up doing a dance for a move that we haven't learned yet. But in any case, you need to transform into the monkey, climb up that wall. You'll be able to bypass where that blue magnetic field is, so that way you don't run into it, because you will need to be red in order to get rid of this blue stone golem, and making him navigate through this little maze. Can be a bit tricky, but as the monkey, I mean, you can easily get him to come down here. It's a shame that we don't have a means to be able to attack as the monkey right now, otherwise we'd be able to take him out. But once you get him out here, then you can transform back and easily take him out. Get your key, and have 2 of 5 keys. So now with that key in hand, we can go through this next door, which will lead us to the Guardian Room chamber here in Golem Mine. So unlock this door, because you will of course need to have a key before you can progress to get to that point. Walk up and then fall down. You'll be in the Guardian Genie chamber. Talk to the Genie Guardian here, and she will, of course, like in the Dribble Fountain, teach you a new dance. So we will learn a dance now to a different animal, which will be pretty beneficial for us, as you're going to see here. So take a look at this. We now can learn the elephant dance, which is essentially kind of the opposite of how you do the monkey dance. So now what you're going to see is, with the elephant dance in hand, we can take out these stalagmajigs, and like I mentioned, that'll be easy, or it'll be key for us in terms of making our way through the rest of this labyrinth. So it'll be beneficial, of course. The elephant, while it can attack with its ability to ram into items, it moves much slower than the monkey, and it cannot jump as high. You cannot jump as high as the elephant than you can as the monkey. So now we'll just make our way back through beforehand, pick up or turn blue, so we can make our way back up where those doors are, because I think you need to actually be blue first to get started, to get through here, because if you're red, then those areas will be, the blue doors will be closed off and you can't progress. So, and then you saw where you can actually climb up through that, go through that window and make your way through that way. Alrighty, now I don't exactly remember, I think, oh yeah, okay, this is what I was talking about. So, climb up here. Unfortunately, you have to transform as the monkey, but yeah, you can climb up where that hole is and take out these plugmen that way. Unfortunately, though, they don't give you a whole lot of room to kind of give you a chance to, I guess you could say, be able to position yourself to attack them. So I ended up getting hit quite a few times trying to get these plugmen, unfortunately, but which is odd because they should be able to take care of them easily. But in any case, that's the last time we'll have to come through this part of the labyrinth, so we're good to go on that. And then next, what we're going to do, as I almost fall off the elevator, you can actually call the elevator back by hitting the gear if you do fall for whatever reason. But we're going to go to the upper portion here, and this is where, if I remember correctly, I start forgetting what color I actually need to do, as well as I forget how to do the elephant dance for that moment. But yeah, I make some mistakes here, and I come in here with the blue being the color blue, when you're going to see here in a moment I should have been red. But as long as I'm in here, we'll at least be able to see how you can take out this stone golem here as the elephant pretty easily. Forgot exactly how many hits it takes a Shantae, but we can take out the stone golem just like that if you're in elephant form. But yeah, take a look here. Yeah, you see that blue golem? We're not able to take out that enemy if it's the same color as us. You can go up to next to it, but you won't be able to take it out. So I'll just have to retreat back down to the area where I know I can get the get red polarity pretty easily. So I'm not cutting it here, but because it doesn't take a whole lot of time to get through to where we need to go. Although there will be a point throughout this video, rather, where I actually do need to make a cut, but that won't be for quite a bit of time. But yeah, I start to make some mistakes, but it's just a matter of me forgetting where things are in terms of, or at least forgetting what color certain stone golems are. So take that guy out, get our third key, And then we don't go to the next... Oh, excuse me. I had to yawn there for a moment. I probably shouldn't be doing this at a time where I'm absolutely sleepy, because then, like, you can tell that I have very little energy in my voice, but I'm going to try to make it through the rest of this episode here. That's why I hate doing post-commentary. It's so hard to kind of regenerate that live feeling. But no, you come back up to this way. You all saw, or where we were at the beginning, where those stalagmites were, and we couldn't do anything about them. Well, now, as the elephant, if you take them out, we're going to be able to access one other place here that does house a key, as well as a baby warp squid. However, once again, I'm the wrong color. And you see those magnetic men here. They actually don't come towards you if you are the same color as them. They will actually try to hop away from you, oddly enough. So, but in any case, I'm the wrong color, so I'll just go ahead and grab this baby warp squid, which is in this room, and then here in just a moment, I'll go ahead and make a cut, so that way I'll make sure that I have the blue polarity. So see you guys here in just a couple of seconds. Alrighty, so now with the correct polarity color necessary, take out that stone golem, get our fourth key. Or I've lost track. No, I'm sorry, that was our third key. Man, should totally have rewatched this video once again just to kind of keep track. It's so hard when there's, I guess, one more key than what I was used to collecting in the dribble fountain. So yeah, that was our third key, and then we're done essentially with that portion, at least for now anyways. Then go ahead and we'll take care of the left side here, which I guess technically we could have come down to the lower room if we wanted to, but I wanted to go to the upper room because I remember the plug men here are red, so you can go through here if you're blue and not have to worry about them hurting you, at least while you're below them. But come up to the top, to the end. You can actually climb up this way, and once again, there's another baby warp squid here. So that's our third one inside this labyrinth that we've collected. And then finally, there's going to be one more here. You saw those stalagmites right there. I was hoping to actually fall in, and I fell into the room with the golem that has the other key that we're looking for, at least the second to last key. I would generally save that key for last, but you know, I just figured since I ended up falling down there by mistake, I'll go ahead and collect it now. So there's key number 4, and then what we're going to do is climb back up the area where those stalagmites are. So transform into the monkey, make our way back up. And something you know here, as you transform into the elephant, when you transform, you actually end up facing the opposite way, so just be aware of that and don't necessarily attack right away, because if you do, then obviously you'll fall, and then you'll have to, you know, do the sequence of transformations once again, and that can be a little bit more time, or that's time consuming nonetheless. So you go through, and on this other side you finally find the other warp squid that was peering out through the window from where the elevator is. So that's how you get to that one, and that takes care of the baby warp squids that we'll find in this labyrinth. And then we just have one more key that we'll be able to get, and we will be able to get it here in this room. And thankfully I don't have to worry about changing my polarity color here, as you'll see here in just a moment. Yep, because that one's red. So just go ahead and take it out right away once we lure it over here. That one's arguably, I think, the easiest, if not the second easiest one to take out. And then we'll just come back up here real fast. There's a couple of gems we can collect by taking out these red plug men. And then there's an extra life as well here too. And now that we've gotten all the keys that we need to get to the chamber, we're going to go ahead and make our way down there. So if you make your way back through this room here, make your way to the right side of where you would normally enter in, doesn't really matter the polarity that we have at this point. But that if you had gone down, maybe one level lower and gone to the right, then that door would have been locked. You could have at least accessed it right that away, but you can also fall into the room as well, so you don't necessarily need to have the key to get through there unless you get the keys in a different order. But once you get to this room, you have to change into the elephant and ram that statue, and then those stalactites from above will fall into the lava, so that way you have a means to walk across, and then we're basically home free in terms of having to deal with any enemies here. So you can just kind of fill up your heart gauge, which they give you all sorts of hard items to help you do that, and you saw that full heart item is there if you absolutely need it. But thankfully I didn't take nearly as many hits as I thought I would. And then from there we just need to take out these last sets of stalagmajigs, and then we'll just walk through this level, or walk through this door. We'll be inside the chamber holding the Golem Stone, and we'll find Risky Boots there. And here she's, of course, like, oh hey, I'm here before you. So she says, yoo-hoo, Golem Stone, come to mama. I'm on to you, Risky Boots. You're trying to rebuild the steam engine using all 4 magical relics. Well, well, you're a smart little tag-along. This single piece of Golem Stone is the only metal strong enough to hold the other stone's power. Once I have all 4 stones in my possession, I'll create the most powerful weapon this world has ever seen. Ho ho ho! And once again, as you can see, Golem Stone goes away. Risky gets tossed somewhere outside the labyrinth, who knows where. And then we see the guardian of the Golem Mine and the Golem Stone appear, and we'll need to fight him. So this is King Golem. He attacks one of 2 ways. He uses his fists and he pounds into the ground as if he were upset and wanting something to eat. I tried to transform into the elephant here, but I was too slow, and then he does his other attack, which I can't obviously avoid as the elephant, although I don't do a good job of avoiding them, the fireballs, as Shantae for that matter. So much for trying to give myself the best possible chance to win. But in any case, you just, now that we're free and you transform into the elephant, you use the stones as a means to get up to him. You hit his head, and then once you hit him, he'll be stunned. The crystal on his forehead will pop out, and then from there you just need to ram into it. You can do so with Shantae, but it takes a lot more time, obviously. So with the elephant, if you just mash the attack button, then you'll take it out pretty easily. But that's how you defeat King Golem. I don't grab the stone right away because I wanted to show off initially the fact that if you get if you don't get the stone right away as King Golem, then it may attack you, but I don't get it right away, of course. But that actually does take care of what I want to do in this episode. So we've gone ahead and defeated King Golem, and we're going to get the Golem Stone here as I, say sayonara. But just hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you all next time when we figure out where to go to next. So this is Shadow HB3 telling you guys to stay perky, and I will see you all in the next episode. Take it easy, guys. And I will grab the stone eventually. Here we go. Alright, see you guys later. Sheesh. Frogfish! Get out of my way! Did not know water dragons go that high. Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm safe. I thought some water dragons were going to spawn out there. I figured one was going to spawn there. Ah! That's 2 lives that could have been avoided being lost.